You know, I can't believe this. It is the final month of the high school football season kicking off tonight. We have you covered. First and 10. Good evening, everyone. I'm Dom Tiberi.
And I'm Dave Holmes. Week 7 is upon us. The battle for playoff seeding about to get intense. That's especially true in our game of the week.
No question about that. First place in the OCC Capital Division on the line. Westerville North hosting Canal Winchester. The Warriors off to a 5-1 start. Canal a perfect 6-0. And you know what? The Warrior cheerleaders with plenty of love for our Yolanda Harris.
Harris.
Yeah, Yolanda Harris, and a homecoming, too. First quarter, no score. Canal Winchester playing some good defense here. Elian Mason. Athletic interception there, and nice return before he's brought down. They would have to settle, though, for a field goal. The 24-yarder's good. Indians led 3-0. Second quarter, the Warriors with some trouble here. The ball is fumbled away, and Canal Winchester has great field position. Kasim Wade makes them pay. The touchdown made it 10-0. Canal Winchester then getting it done on defense. This one, Braylon Breckwith with the interception. Canal Winchester remains undefeated as they win 24-7.
Two teams looking pretty good so far in the computer rankings. 5-1 Delaware Hayes on the road against 4-2 Westerville South. Student section providing the literal highlights. Second quarter, Pacers on the doorstep. Jake Lohman rolls out and finds Cooper Goebel. Touchdown Delaware Hayes. They still trail 26-17. But just before the half, Lohman gets free and just chucks this ball into the stratosphere.
Oh, my.
Austin Coslow on the receiving end. Senior-to-senior hookup. Pacers are roaring back. Now, after the sweet sounds of the Pacer marching band, third quarter, Wildcats back to punt, but it's blocked. Delaware doing the safety dance. What a comeback win for the Pacers. They beat Westerville South 36-33. 2 games down means 8 games left, plus one very handsome sports reporter.
Yeah, that's right. It is now time to send it to our very handsome sports guy, Adam King, who's under the lights.
A lot of great games tonight, but no city more in the spotlight than Hilliard. 2 games with 4 teams that really could make the case for being some of the best in Central Ohio, including right here. Undefeated Hilliard-Bradley hosting Hilliard-Davidson. But we're going to start at Darby. They're welcoming a really good 0-10 Berlin team. But tonight, the Panthers getting a little added boost from the Buckeyes. No bye week for the Buckeye band, trying to fire up the Panthers. If that doesn't work, this will. Sage Keene, the defense, not too keen on his running ability. The keeper there, that earns 2 thumbs up from Lady Liberty. Darby up 7-0. Now this play gets a little wild. Darby running their pitch, but it's snagged in the air by Bennett Arend, and number 5 is heading for 6. That ties the game up for Berlin and earns them a hat tip from Benjamin Franklin. The Bears now back on the goal line, and Mason Ziegler gets it and just reaches it out for the score. It's not a reach to say this Berlin team is one of the best in Central Ohio. They win 27-7 over Darby. That is 6 straight wins for the Bears. Now across town, the battle for Hilliard. Davidson versus Bradley, and they say crazy things happen on full moon nights. The Jaguars already up 17-3. This is exactly how they drew this up. Braden Fleehardy puts it on a line to Drew Williams. They go up 24-3. A lot of push-ups incoming for Bradley. Fleehardy going to the air again, and Dennis Shishlo, a menace all night for this Davidson defense. That puts them up 30-3. This was supposed to be the game of the night. Bradley didn't like that idea. It's only fitting, though, on a night with a full moon, that Preston Wolf would put the exclamation mark on this win for Bradley. They dominate 37-10. They are now 7-0.
You know, it's a great feeling. Our kids, it's what we work for every year. Everyone wants to win Hilliard. It's a goal of ours. It's on our board. Our kids get to put that year up on the board that we did it this year. And it's been a while since 2017 was the last time we won Hilliard.
And a huge statement made as we head to the last month of the high school football regular season. But we aren't done with week 7, so we'll go back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Adam. The South Bulldogs really had it going in the month of September with a 4-game winning streak, but last week That streak was snapped with a loss to Independence. Tonight, the Bulldogs trying to avoid a losing streak at home against the Eastmoor Warriors. I'm telling you, there's not a single paper banner that's a match for any of these teams. Let's start with the Eastmoor Warriors. Jeremiah Johnson running downhill in a hurry. Easy touchdown for Eastmoor. They take the early lead, and the Warrior offense looks good the entire way. This time the ball goes to Donovan Delph. He makes one cut to the outside. That's all she wrote. Eastmoor Warriors are the last undefeated team in the City League South. They beat South. Final score 30-24.
All right, next up we head to Bishop Watterson. The 6-0 Eagles hosting 1-5 Kip Columbus. And Watterson cheerleaders, they are fired up for this one. Third quarter, Eagles up 45-0, playing some good defense here. Kip's Jeremiah Waters is picked off here by the Eagles. And how about this return, ladies and gentlemen? Brings it back 61 yards, knocked out there at the 31. Then it's Kip's turn to play some defense. Quarterback Zeke Taylor is picked off by Tayshawn Bosley. Later in the game, and it's Watterson's defense once again. Ben Gabrich with the pick, and this time he's not going to be stopped. Brings it back 81 yards for the touchdown. Watterson rolls 51-0. We're just getting started here on 1st and 10. Don't you dare go anywhere.
Yeah, on the other side of the break, Gahanna, New Albany, Granville, Reynoldsburg, Newark, plus much more. 1st and 10 coming right back.
Welcome back to 1st and 10. It starts to feel like fall, which means games are getting even more bigger.
Yeah, we had big games all over Central Ohio tonight. I love it when two neighbors go head-to-head. We had that tonight.
Yes, I know you do. As a matter of fact, I hear you're really popular in your neighborhood.
Yes, the kids TP my house every weekend.
Yes, as we head to New Albany, the Eagles hosting the Lions of Gahanna. New Albany 2-4 on the year, while Gahanna, the home of Yolanda Harris, the home of Adam King, off to a 6-0 start.
Your New Albany Eagles.
And through the paper to go, we pick it up in the first quarter, in the first play from scrimmage, and Dior Hubbard. This kid's amazing. 80 yards for the touchdown. The extra point was blocked. The Lions led 6-0. Second quarter, more Dior Hubbard. This time a 2-yard touchdown, 13-0 game. Still in the second quarter. Can you say Dior Hubbard? This time a 65-yard touchdown. Hubbard, 252 yards rushing on the evening. Gahanna wins 20-7. Next up, we head to Granville. The 6-0 Blue Aces hosting the winless Panthers of Lyndon McKinley. Granville Marching Band with a salute to the military and our first responders. Thanks, guys. First quarter, Granville jumping out here. Beckett Long, the 3-yard touchdown on the keeper. 7-0, Granville. And the Ace is going to keep it going. This time, Beckett Long wants to throw, goes to Alex Engel for the 35-yard touchdown. Granville led 14-0 at that point. And the Aces defense playing some tough defense. Leland Durham with the sack. And they're going to keep it going. The Aces in the second quarter. Beckett Long goes to Noah Music. 11-yard touchdown. Granville rolls 43-0.
Okay, we opened the show tonight saying it's time to make your playoff push. We had a couple teams tonight who desperately need to get a win. Reynoldsburg looking for its first victory of the season on the road against the 2-4 Newark Wildcats. Always good to hear from the Newark Marching Band. As for the football, Reynoldsburg down 14-7 before the half. Freshman quarterback Jaron Mock finds Cerise Weaver, 38-yard touchdown. We're tied at the break. Third quarter, Raiders pour it on. Damon Giffen Jr., 21 yards to the house. Extra point good. Reynoldsburg seizing the game. Then it's Mock to Giffen Jr., not stopping until there's 6 on the board. Congratulations, Reynoldsburg. They needed this one. Raiders get that win 35-21. We finish up in the City League. The East Tigers on the road against the Whetstone Braves. You think Taylor Swift at a Chiefs game is a big deal?
Yeah.
Can we zoom in? Zoom in. Is that President Biden? It was him.
He was
Whetstone
there.
football knocking on the door. LaQuaylen Battle keeps it himself and scores a touchdown for the Braves. but the Tigers respond shortly after. The handoff to Davey and Lindsey, showing great vision, cutting to the outside. Really thought he was going to score on this one, but he's brought down just short. Wouldn't matter, though, because Sean Wilkes does the rest, dragging defenders the whole way. Blue-collar touchdown for the Tigers, but it's not enough. Whetstone gets a huge win. Final score 16-14. So we are 10 up, 10 down, almost done with high school football here on First and 10.
Almost done is the key word. We still have to unveil our top plays of the night. We'll have that when First and 10 returns. And welcome back. You know, Dave, we saw some great action around Central Ohio here in Week 7.
Yeah, only a couple plays, though, worthy enough to be called top plays tonight. I know it's your favorite part of the show, Dom. We begin with Reynoldsburg. Raiders got their first one of the season, thanks in part to this pass. Jaron Mock to Sir Reese Weaver, 38-yard touchdown.
All right, our next stop is New Albany, where the Gahanna Golden Lions got a huge effort out of a running back, Dior Hubbard. How about that one? A 65-yarder. He ran for 252 yards tonight.
Incredible game for Hubbard. Just a reminder, if you know a student athlete who excels in school, sports, and service, nominate them to be our next 10TV Athlete of the Week, sponsored by Encova Insurance. 10TV.com/Athlete of the Week.
Well, the Ohio State football team, the Buckeyes, they're off tomorrow. They're in action, though, the following Saturday when Maryland comes to town.
Head coach Ryan Day giving his players the weekend off. Then it's back to practice on Monday. As for Coach Day himself, he plans on doing what the rest of us are doing this weekend, watching football on television.
I like watching the games. I like to see what everyone else is doing. You know, when you're in the middle of it, you know, you can kind of lose perspective a little bit about what everybody's doing on both sides of the ball, schematically, where the nation's at, just in terms of, you know, some of the teams that are in the top 25. So, you know, we're going to go to some of our kids' games, but then we're going to sit down on the couch and watch some football.
Well, have fun tomorrow, Coach. That's going to do it for First and 10. He's Dave Holmes. For Adam King, good night, everyone.